So 6:32 on the October 15th annual meeting for the Conservation Commission. Public, we don't have any public comment, obviously. No hearings, no appointments. I'm sure you got welcomed here last week. I was on Zoom last time, but welcome. Glad you're here. Statutory advisory business. So you're here for Mark Rivette?
Yes.
Okay, and Mark's not going to join us at all? Okay.
It's not.
Okay.
It's not coming later. I thought it was gonna
Yeah. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind just signing in, you need a,
be easel.
oh, he's got it. Hey, Tim. Thank you again for taking care of that write-up.
Yeah, no problem.
So right here?
Actually, if you can get it to that side,
Sure.
it's a little better. The cameras can see it a little better and we don't get as many complaints. Oh, I thought I did something wrong.
I was gonna say, it doesn't really matter where he puts it, because,
Oh, okay. Well, it changed. Oh, well.
this is my good side, so I like to go over here.
No, apparently you can move it back if you'd like.
All right, so Nathan Chamberlain with Fieldstone Land Consultants here for Mark Rivette Funeral Home, which is located right here. And then, so we have two things. We have a lot line adjustment and then we have a site plan, two separate things. So we'll talk about the lot line adjustment first.
Please.
Mr. Rivette purchased this piece of property, the big blue one behind him. And I guess there was like a handshake deal years ago with the owner and his father, the previous proprietor of the funeral home, with, using this land back here. And so this basically just makes that official. So he since purchased the property and he wants to do this lot line adjustment with these three parcels. So it's 4 parcels total, the big overall one. Sorry, this thing keeps blinking out on me. The big overall one, and then these 3 down here, which is 3 separate owners. So Rivet owns the pink, and FLP, which is also, that's the legal entity for Rivet, owns the big blue one. And then Fraser Square Realty LLC is the yellow piece here, and up here as well. And then Daniel Hawk is the last one. So we got parcel A, B, and C. Those are coming out of the big blue one, lot 78, and being added to these individual lots. That's all that's all about. Any questions on this? And that's basically just to clean up, there's a lot of encroachments here over the line onto this property. So it just cleans that all up and puts, there's a little bit of pavement here and a building here and some pavement, so it just puts it all in respective lots.
So all those lots are expanding towards the river or to the east?
Yes.
And they're taking a chunk out of that larger?
Big one, yeah.
Okay.
So,
Have you ever been
It's-
back there?
Not really.
It looks like they're making lots. You couldn't walk down that hill. You'd be hands and knees trying to get back up it.
I imagine it's a big wetland, right?
Yeah, it's steep. It's very steep and wet down the bottom, yeah.
So, we need input from the CONSCOM because it's in the aquifer protection zone. And that's all that's going on there. So it basically just cleans up these encroachments and lots a little extra.
It's their taxes.
Yeah. Did anyone have any questions about that at all? That's a, no?
Straightforward.
Okay, just straightforward, thank you.
Lynn will be, Mark wants to put an addition on his building. And that's when the site plan comes in, submitted to the planning board.
Have you already been in front of the planning board?
No.
Okay.
I don't know when it's on, but, it's coming up. No, we have not been to the planning board yet. With existing conditions. This is the funeral home here, and then this is, he also owns these two lots, or this lot. It's a couple of, like multifamily buildings, I believe. So, he wants to, we're gonna put this addition on here. The, basically, well, it's a 3-story addition on this side and a 2-story on this side, so it would drive under garage on the lower, the bottom level. And this will be a drive up above that garage. It'll be 2 loaded, you know, a garage above a garage, basically. And then on the second floor, from this side, it'll be a function hall. So, and the functions may or may not be related to the funeral business, so they could act independently, like, I don't know, a birthday party or retirement party or something like that. If someone wanted to use that space, they could use it for that.
Isn't there a garage there now?
Yes, there is a garage there now.
And it's coming down, or is it?
That must be this part here. That says,
Existing one-car garage on
Yeah.
page 3 of 6.
right here is the existing 1-car, and then he's got like a shelter. I don't think there's a building where this proposed building is.
Oh,
I
it's
guess
just
it's
a-
been like added on numerous times, and
Yes,
so he's trying to clean it up and clean up the lines of the building and some of the various peaks and, you know, line everything up, so the ridge line will continue on through this addition.
no, it's just, yeah, I see what you're saying now, it's just that little small slab as the
Right.
garage.
So he's got, you know, obviously he's got vehicles associated with the funeral business. I'm not really, looks like it's got a garage door here, a garage door there, and some man doors.
There's a whole dip back there, which allows.
Yep, that's,
that down
Right,
below
it
the
drops,
garage.
it drops off down, which we can see on the grading plan. So, for the increase, you know, I mean, there's really no parking demand for the parking garages, for the garages, but there is for the function hall. So that's why we're adding, proposing these additional parking areas. Again, so, this is still on this back piece, this area here. So there would be an easement, a cross easement between this lot and that lot to access that, and this lot to access it. And it solves a couple of problems. Right now, this is dead-ended, so now they could go up and, you know, loop through if they need to. And it also makes a connection to this guy, the neighbor, so he's dead-ended as well, so they need to do loop through. It provides connectivity and increases the parking on site. And it's all in, it's within the 150-foot shoreline setback. So the Sahegan River's over here, obviously, and then you have your 50-foot setback, and then the 250-foot setback, which is way back in here. As far as the grading goes, so, as you can see, the grading, it does dip down into here. There's a catch basin in here. So that's, looks like it's an existing one, so that's gonna stay. Then we're grading this new area to a low point here, and it's a, you know, infiltration basin, basically, with a series of leaching catch basins connected with leaching pipe to, you know, create this one large infiltration, subsurface infiltration basin. And,
So you said subsurface, so that'll be under the parking lot?
yes, yeah.
Okay.
So the leaching catch basin is interconnected with leaching pipe and stone and all that, so.
There's outflow to that.
And then this is an overflow, so, you know, in the large storms, like, I'm not sure exact what the design is, but, I would assume it's like a 10-year storm, it'll start spilling out. Okay, so, the leaching catch basin detail and then the leaching trench, it's interconnected. 12-inch perforated pipe. So everything's gonna get, you know, any runoff from this is gonna get put back into the ground, and treatment's provided from the depth of the sand layer below that. 'Cause you're high up on a bluff here.
And there's enough level land right there for that parking lot to fit, huh? You don't have to build up a land all?
No, actually, yeah, we're going down and it's pitching down to this low area where the infiltration basin is.
How much of a drop is it?
So we're going
6
from
feet.
136 down to 130, so 6 feet. 6 feet over.
Yeah, I'm with you. Boy, I would have said it was more than that.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. It's only 6 feet.
Well, it's right along the tree line.
Yeah.
Once you get close to that tree line, it all falls off.
Yeah, yeah, very, yeah.
Yeah, it's really stopping after that.
I'm just thinking of driving around the back of the funeral. It seems like that's more than 6 foot.
Now, as far as maintenance, like in the wintertime and everything, there must be restrictions on what he uses to treat the pavement?
Yes, I mean, certainly, you're in the aquifer protection zone, so that's already kind of built in. I mean, he's got all those
No.
rules, and that should be noted on the plan.
No. No, the aquifer protection zone doesn't have any built-in regulation. We have to stipulate it now during the planning process. So,
Yeah, it's not like a salt-free zone just because it's an aquifer.
Yeah,
Right,
that's what I was
right,
curious.
right.
Okay. I thought it was restricted in the.
Nope, it's just a zone that says projects in it have to come here,
Okay.
where we can provide input as to what we think the appropriate treatment is,
Okay.
so.
Do they have any designated areas for snow storage? Is this gonna be 100% snow removal?
I would think.
I saw something,
Plan.
it said,
On page 3 of 6, yeah,
yeah,
snow storage shall be adjacent to the paid parking areas.
They're gonna push it over the cliff.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The adjacent parking areas or adjacent areas are downhill.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you got a platform over here and here.
Wait, that's where the parking lot is.
That's where the parking lot's going.
That's the existing condition, right?
So it's all
Yeah.
gonna go into the water then, because the edge of the
No.
water is not.
Whatever's in the snow will run right out into the water, probably, yeah.
There's already an awful lot of stuff over that edge now.
That's true.
I mean, we can certainly designate areas. And over here, you got a landing.
Yeah, I think snow storage should be a concern we raise to prevent it from going straight into the river.
Right.
That-
Is there going to be a guardrail along that northeast corner?
This edge?
Yeah?
We're not showing one, but probably Probably would be advisable. I don't think it really gets steep until over here. I mean, that's, looks like it's 4 to 1. But this,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty flat for a while.
raising the rate a little bit. We can certainly look at the warrants, see whether that's warranted.
Because right now, on the steep part on the end, he's got a lot of storage in the back, so it's difficult to run off the end. But on that,
Referring to,
just on the, kind of the northeast edge here, the back edge, going straight.
right here?
That's, right, he's got a lot of storage up there,
Oh, okay.
monument storage, and
Oh, okay.
so there's, by default, some retaining wall,
Right.
but along that other side is still pretty deep, steep. At least into the tree line.
Forward here.
Yeah.
Looks to be about 3 to 1. So that's certainly something we can look at.
So obviously, this is gonna be primarily pavement, there's not gonna be much replanting or any other.
Yeah, I mean, this is, I don't think we're not really proposing any additional landscaping now. Kind of in the back, so. Throw some plantings on there.
So the outflow, what's the treatment between the 4 leaching pieces in the outflow? Is there any treatment in there, or is it all piped?
The treatment is that it's gonna infiltrate into the ground.
Right,
So anything, you know, your water quality volume is gonna get infiltrated in the ground, and it's gonna get treated through that soil media.
okay,
Then on the larger storms,
yeah.
which typically everything's already flushed out, and it's just the overflow is gonna just overflow into the river where it's currently going.
So it's not piped out, it's actually comes off the top of the asphalt?
Yes, comes into the surface in the rim
Yeah,
of the catch basin, and then goes in and, you know, 99% of your storms are gonna infiltrate back into the ground. And
Right.
then a larger storm,
just, it'll bubble up and then
It'll-
run off?
right,
Off
no,
the
it's
pipe.
gonna surcharge
Line.
into this pipe and go out the pipe. It's not
Okay.
gonna pond on the surface. So that's like your overflow.
Okay,
So like in the
So-
bathtub, you got an overflow up high, it fills, before it rolls onto the floor, it's gonna go into the,
understood, okay.
Are you planning like a oil water separator for anything that comes down the parking lot? And
well, in this instance, no, because they're all interconnected. And you have enough treatment media in the existing soil to capture all that. That's the whole intent. So if you were discharging downstream into a wetland, then you'd certainly want that.
Yeah, is there any
And we can
maintenance?
certainly put a T on this outflow pipe to address that concern.
Is the-
Again, by the time it gets there, it's gonna be, everything's gonna be washed off.
Is there maintenance to the system that's required?
Yeah, I mean, there'll have to be a stormwater maintenance plan put in place maintain that, yes.
Mm.
He'll go out there and flush the, any solids that are collected in there.
Is that gonna be part of your proposal in front of the planning board?
Yes, I'd have to check what we submitted as far as, that's typically in our stormwater management report in the back. If it's not in there, we can certainly add it.
Yeah. Because all we got is the summary, we didn't get the entire report. Or is the, maybe we did, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I didn't see anything about a maintenance plan.
Yeah, there's no maintenance plan address, I don't recall reading one either.
okay, so that's something we'd have to add. Sometimes it doesn't make it into these smaller jobs, but we can certainly add it.
I mean, if the outflow wasn't going to the river, it'd be a different story.
Sure. No, it's a valid concern.
How about the new building, the roof? Is there gonna be gutter system?
I don't believe so. I mean, so it looks like what's currently happening is, it's shedding onto the pavement and then going down towards the street system on this side. And then on this side, it's going into this existing leaching basin. So that's gonna continue to occur. I don't know if that's got, doesn't look like it. I didn't know if this had an overflow at all. So that's gonna go into here, and then this would go down this way. Looks like there's a divide in here somewhere. And this is going down this way, and then actually this is high up here, so. Let me back up a little bit. I guess this, it looks like this is the high point, and it's gonna go actually all the way around
Yeah.
and over to here. So it is gonna go into this system as well. And this will go into there.
It's just a lot of parking spots going to that one
No, I understand. So-
basin close to the river.
The notes refer to low phosphate fertilizers if fertilizer is required.
Yes.
We would prefer, given the proximity of the river, there'd be no phosphates.
Phosphate. Yeah, I saw that.
In that same note, there's also, give you guys a little caveat to not test the soil and just fertilize it. What's the critical time frame there that's gonna be met?
We can change that to, that it has to be tested.
That would definitely be the preference.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else.
Anybody got any other questions? Want some glasses, Matt?
Good.
You look at the bigger plan, you can welcome to it.
I think you're squinting there, I didn't wanna.
Kinda hard to read. Has to.
And you're not sure of the date you're before the planning board?
I apologize.
But it's not tomorrow.
Maybe, I'm not sure, are they meeting tomorrow, I take it?
Did they send out the
Yeah,
agenda?
typically they're meeting on Tuesdays. I don't know if they're up before then or not.
I apologize, this isn't my project, I'm filling in, so. Probably tell.
The minute they are right there.
Can ask him. Mark, are you in front of the planning board tomorrow?
No, it will be continued again.
Yeah, okay.
We will, until the zoning board, long story, but
Yeah, it's
the
all right.
zoning board on Halloween, I think it is, or that week, and then we'll have to go to the planning board after that.
So it's not till after the end of the month?
Not until after the month.
Okay. All right, no other questions?
Hey, just, I thought I saw a note in here that spoke to when you need to apply cover to any disturbed areas.
It should be in the erosion control notes.
Yeah, so I was trying to find it.
Made some comments about just the winter construction. Is that what you're looking for? It's note 1 under the last,
Yeah,
October 15th.
yeah, I thought I saw something that said, within so many days of ceasing of work needs to be done. The only reason why I bring it up is the DES permit has a much stricter guideline. It says within 3 days of final grading or temporary suspension of work of the area and or adjacent to wetland surfaces, all exposed soils shall be stabilized by seeding and mulching during the growing season, or if not within the growing season, by mulching with tack or netting and pinned on slopes. So I just wanted to highlight to you that the note in the plans might be more lenient than the permit, and therefore you want to be aware of the permit.
I think we're looking at note 6. Erosion control note.
Yeah, so that says 30 days, but the permit says 3.
The permit, which permit are you referring to?
That's the
DES permit.
the DS permit that allows you
Oh,
to.
for the shoreline?
Within the shoreline.
Okay, yeah,
So-
so we'll certainly get that on the plan.
Yeah, so, just, whoever's reading the plan might want to know about that different restriction.
It is very restrictive. So the way the process works is you write a letter to the planning board with your recommendations? Gotcha.
Yeah.
Right. And the recommendations will be basically the things we spoke about here, snow and all
Yeah,
that.
so,
Yeah.
pretty straightforward.
Great.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you very much for coming in.
Yeah.
You need these back? Future presentations?
I can take one, sure. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Night.
Okay, new business. I guess it's not new business. You guys spoke about it a little bit last meeting with the dues, membership dues for the NHACC. Or was it only the members, only the signing up for the?
Yeah, I thought it was only the signing
Oh,
up.
okay. I didn't see a date in there that we have to have the applications in, registration was there a date in there, in the minutes? Did I miss it?
Well, we were hoping by tonight that everyone that was planning on attending the
Okay.
NHACC would know, so therefore we could give Sharon a number so she could cut a check.
Okay. Is everybody who's going signed up? Registration? Yeah, I saw you were like the first one. Newbie.
Showing my enthusiasm.
Is everyone else signed up who's going? Are you-
I'm not, I can't go.
Okay, but,
Alright.
so,
I need to sign up.
okay,
Me too.
so by Wednesday?
By Wednesday, okay.
You good?
I mean-
Give you a chance to,
Yeah,
Good.
we have time.
yeah, I know, it's nice to cut the check, give them a couple minutes, I mean, and besides, those classes do fill up. I mean, there's been a couple times I've waited and, oh, hey, nope, that's full. So, if, is by Wednesday, Pete, is that gonna work?
Yeah, I can, yeah, no problem,
So I
So-
can tell Shannon on Thursday that we're,
yes. Now, I get on a website or something to sign up for this, or?
Yeah, did you get the email that says how to sign up? No?
Probably did, amongst the many, so,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'll go
right.
look it up then,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah.
yeah, I'll see if I can dig it up and send it back out with a little bit prominent title, so it sticks out.
Okay.
Once you register, they send you back a little email with the classes and the cost, and you can just take that and send it right to Sharon. And then and I'll tell her we're all gonna be good by Wednesday, and she can cut the single check.
Yeah, you pick your classes right then and there.
Sounds good.
In line with that, we have the membership dues for 2019, NHACC. It's $1,075. So, do you have any questions about it?
It's the same as last year?
I don't know. I want to say yes, I think it was, but I don't know. I don't remember. I think you asked me that last year, too.
I think it's in the realm.
Yeah.
'Cause it used to be, when I first started as the chair, it was in the high 800s, so.
Because it used to be, and it used to be based on how many people were on the commission. And then they went to a flat fee for the town.
Yeah. So I move that we approve the payment of the fiscal year 2019 membership dues to the NHACC to come from the town budget, as in years past, and to allow the town finance department to pay the bill within a reasonable time, but when it meets their cash flow abilities. Because this isn't due until next year, calendar year.
Oh, boy,
So,
we're way ahead of the curve.
yeah, if it's fiscal 19, I don't believe it's due until next year sometime. I think it's invoiced now, but, so,
So we'll budget for it, right?
right, yeah, it's in the budget, and allow Paul and his team to pay it when the cash flow allows them to pay it, which is probably sometime after December when all that tax money comes flowing in.
I'll second.
So,
Okay, motion by Tim, second by Matt. Any other comments, discussion? All those in favor? Passes, oh, God, there's like 7 of us now.
oh, I'm sorry, I didn't vote.
That's all right. You did, but we saw it.
Yeah, that's right.
I didn't
So
vote.
7,
Oh, yeah.
so it passes 7-0-0 on a full house. This is great.
I can't vote anymore. It's okay.
See a lot of this in your future.
All right, that's that. All right, right, the 2018 LSIP Walk of Washburn Conservation Area. That's, we're kinda actually a little late this year. We've usually done it by now, haven't we,
Well,
for the most part?
for a number of years, we did it in May,
Yeah.
and then last year we did it in the fall.
Yeah.
Right about this time of year, I think it was October. It was a cool,
Yeah.
It worked out well, because it started to leaf, we started to drop some leaves, so we actually got some good visibility into things. It
Right.
was a good time to do it,
yeah.
so.
It's probably in the.
But it was cold.
It was
Yeah.
cold that
It was
day.
really cold. Yeah.
So, so I think we should plan for a time between now and certainly before the snow falls. So, if I may, I want to add a piece to this. So, the Lock property, the property where we had some debris and trees and stuff fall into the
Yeah.
conservation area, that recently sold, and the new owners, let me just make sure I get everything right here.
Oh, yeah, that's.
Victoria and Paul, the new owners, have reached out to us because they want to be good neighbors, and they're aware of some history. And I provided them some background. I went over and met Paul at the property. Since the cleanup was done, because Mr. Locke had to clean it up, and it was monitored by the town, and we reported on the cleanup. But since then, a couple of more trees have fallen over. And fallen towards our property, fallen down the hill. It looks like they weren't cut. It looks like wind or something caught them because roots and everything came up out of the ground. But all the work that Mr. Locke had done on the property had disturbed the soil so much that it's pretty obvious that the trees had nothing to hold them in, and probably a wind or something knocked them down. So Paul was describing to me how, is this something I have to take care of right away? He kind of inherited the problem, and I said no. I said, he said we do want it, taken care of so they don't completely slide down the hill and end up on the property. I think the very tips are actually on our property, but I'd have to go look at it in better light. So, but in general, he wants to be a good neighbor. He asked me a number of questions about some of the other trees. He had been advised by some tree cutting organizations or companies that he should take down more trees because they're endangered. So I gave him our forester information from the New Hampshire Cooperative State. Is it Ethan, is his name?
Blair, yes.
Yeah, Ethan. So I gave them contact, and they're reaching out to him and sending him pictures of what they've seen, and getting some advice from him to figure out which trees will need to be dealt with over time. Because they're not only concerned about them falling on our property, but also falling back on the improvements they want to make in their home. So they also want to do some stabilization work and whatever in order to keep the bank, because he literally cut right to the very tip of the bank, and one side falls down the hill and the other side falls back in. So what I had talked to them about was, when we're out doing the walk, and if we do it on a Saturday, should we stop by and visit with him and his wife, or whoever's available, and kind of see what he's planning on doing, give him some other thoughts, maybe, depending on what needs to be done, offer some assistance. I said, we also want to be good neighbors. So I said, so if it's something we can assist with, because they're of limited means, just like most of us. So I thought we could either set it up so that we stop there first and take our walk afterwards, or we end there, or semi-end there, because it's close to the end, and just have a neighbor-to-neighbor discussion about what we can do, what's maybe important. He wants to do a number of things, but it takes time. It maybe there's something that's more important or should be done faster than the other. So, but I suspect he could use some help too. So, they're a nice younger couple. So, and they bought the property because they liked the property, but they like that it's adjacent to a conservation area with trails and all those other things that go with it. So.
No, we definitely appreciate them reaching out to us too, was in light of what's been going on there in the past, so.
Yeah.
So they're cognizant of it.
So I was told that they're available on weekends, during the day. So and that they're pretty flexible. So if we pick a Saturday, they can make themselves available. I think it would be wise of us to, say about what time, we thought would be there.
So what do we, anyone have any thoughts on the Saturdays?
week from Saturday?
27th?
Yeah, it's probably the best one I have, because then the following week is the conference. Or would you rather push it out into November?
I'm not available 27th, but doesn't mean.
Yeah, I may be, I don't know yet about 27th, if I'm available or not, but,
We'll go-
obviously, we don't need all of us to go, but,
Go a couple weeks later. too.
yeah, I'm,
Is the 10th a good time?
I believe the 10th is good for me. I prefer Veterans Day.
What date are we looking at now?
November 10th?
November 10th.
And usually when we do the walk, we spend 2, maybe 3 hours, depending on what we look at. So,
Burning
I'm
bushes.
available the 10th.
Lots of burning bushes.
Lots of burning bush.
yeah.
I'm not sure what this area is. Is this something we want to do the first weekend of rifle season for deer?
There's no hunting there.
Oh, there is no.
Not that there aren't tree stands, but there's no hunting.
So I can wear my antler hat then and fur coat.
That's right, yeah.
We'll walk way behind you.
Little white gloves and just kind of walk around.
Yeah.
That's it. You need that little flapping white thing in the back, too, that
Thank you.
bobs.
All right, so we're gonna try to go for the 10th? Is that what you just said?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And what
That,
time?
9?
Yeah, I think we were out pretty early last time, and it might be worthwhile to wait till 9 or so, maybe.
I think, yeah.
Let the sun come up a little bit.
It was cold last time.
It was cold.
That's cold.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was cold.
warmed up.
The only person that didn't mind was the dog.
Yeah. All right, so what time do you think we'll be by that property? Do we want to head there first, or you want to head that on the way back through?
Well, if we stop and visit them first, and then we're not
Right, no
like,
obligations.
tied down to
Well,
certain.
Would you mind calling them? And talking to them again, saying, look, we're gonna be there on the 10th.
Yeah.
Would you prefer us to be there around 9 or around
11
11:30,
Yeah.
11:30?
Yeah. Okay,
And,
Sounds good.
and, if they've got something going on that day, they can,
Yep.
they can make adjustments or not.
okay, all right, yeah, I'll reach out to them and I'll let everyone know.
Resident lot?
Yeah, we should all meet at the resident lot, at Wasserman Park. That's the one next to the office building, or where the office building is in, I should say.
So on the real estate transactions, and I haven't talked to them, it showed he sold 2 properties. Must have been one next door to it.
Could be, I guess.
Yeah. I haven't talked to the family, so I don't know where
Yeah.
he went or.
Yeah. I don't know, I know with the big storms we had recently this past weekend, they had a lot of water to deal with too, so.
Oh,
Yeah, so they have some priorities that they need to take care of, so. From what I could see, it was dusk, it was getting dark. I didn't see anything that made me jump, except for a couple of the trees were sliding down. I mentioned to him if there was a way he could stabilize them, that would be fine, but not to go, crazy on it, so.
I was recently mowing the trail around the field and met a number of neighbors from that neighborhood behind. And they were just very happy that people were taking care of it still. I believe it was somebody that lived over there that used to mow the field.
Oh.
He used to lived on Ingham Drive.
Ingham Road. Yeah.
Ingham Road, yeah. And that person since, doesn't do it anymore, so they were happy to see that somebody was mowing it, because I guess when they take their dogs through there, there's sticks everywhere, so
Right.
they were happy to have a mowed path.
Yeah.
Is that an actual trail through there or
Around the field,
around it?
you could probably see it really well from the top of that hill.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
In fact, there used to be a tree stand
Yes.
top of that hill.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah,
I think
look,
that tree has since one of the trees that fell
yeah.
down the hill.
Oh, I remember that. Oh,
Yeah.
the tree fell. Karma.
And on that tree, there was also a no hunting sign, which
Even made it funny.
really made me laugh.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, so to that end, I found a tree stand on my property, and I found out who it is, and he's up there photographing. So, not all tree stands are bad.
Oh, it's a photography
Yeah.
tree stand?
Well, it's a
Oh.
tree stand, and he's up there taking photographs.
Did he mark it?
Yeah, I told him, I said, you should probably mark this, because it's, granted, I can tell everyone it's on my property and it's fine, but
Yeah.
you've got to mark it, and I told him, he's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And that pile of apples over there?
Nope, nope, there is, no, it's, believe me, I found it, and went looking, and I'm like, there's nothing, no bait piles, nothing,
No donuts?
nothing,
Yeah.
so. But the game came out, and said, oh, that's who it is. But I also got him, but he's obviously, camera gear, and up there, I'm like, oh, okay, well,
Not what I was expecting.
not what I was expecting. Can you post a couple pictures up on the website when you get a chance?
That's right.
So. All right, okay, so it's the 10th, we're gonna do that. Cindy, can you put that on the website too, please? Because obviously we gotta, there'll be a quorum, so we'll have to make sure it's posted.
Yeah.
Do you still have the survey form?
I do. I have the form.
It hasn't changed, probably.
I doubt it's changed. I will go back online and make sure it hasn't been updated, so. Does people want me to send out last year's report? It's fairly big, but I can. I'd be happy to.
Is it something we can just post?
Last year's report?
Like we just post on the website?
We can.
Would it be worthwhile? It's,
I don't know. It's certainly public
yeah,
information.
it's public information, but it'd be, well, I mean, obviously you can send it out, we can get it either way, but I don't know, I just like having things different show up on the website. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind sending it out, I would like to.
Okay.
I think you did, actually.
Well, I have.
Yeah, I think you sent it
but-
out before,
but
you
some-
sent it last year when after you did it.
Yeah, some of the new members might not have it. Yes, Steve might have it. You probably got it as a town councillor, but don't realize it, because
Yeah.
we're required to inform you.
Yep.
So,
It's a required walk in the woods, it's not really riveting information, but.
yeah. Yeah, it's, so the Wasserman property, both the park side and the conservation side, were purchased with LSIP dollars, which is the precursor to LCHIP, which is what's out there now. And part of that, we have an annual monitoring that we're supposed to do and submit to the state.
Okay.
So this is the annual monitoring that we're doing, so.
Sounds good.
It's a nice chance for us to all get together and take a walk in the woods.
There you go.
Yeah.
It is probably the parcel that most of the commissioners have seen
Right, because of this.
because of this,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is great.
Well, it's nice because we don't tend to get together in a group because of the quorum rules. So we can get together as a group because it's an official, although we don't take minutes or anything, but it's
Well,
understood
Okay,
that.
we kind of.
It's the survey.
report is the minute,
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
okay. But it's nice
And
to
we
be
could,
able to
and we
get
could do
together.
this whenever.
We can.
Oh, well, no, but I'm saying, we don't not get together because of quorum, but I mean, we just have to publicly, 7 days, I think it is,
Okay,
notice that we're having a walk.
okay,
If you wanna get together more often and go for a little stroll, we can do that.
okay.
I mean, it might, like you said, we probably know this parcel, all of us, because we've all been on it. Certainly, if it's-
Actually, it'd be good to kind of do a different parcel every 6 months or something.
good idea.
See what you started.
Well, we did the Sklar property just a few months ago.
We did.
We cleaned the crap out of that thing.
Yeah, that's right.
There's
I wonder what's
parcels of that
now.
parcel I don't even want to see again.
It's
I was
true.
gonna say that was fun, but
It was neat to see all those,
It was.
yeah.
We had a lot of volunteers. It was great to see everyone come out.
It's enjoyable to look back on.
It was.
That's right.
That's something we want to do.
The
It's
tire
something.
man.
Oh, yeah, God, we hit, that's amazing. You know what's so annoying is we know there's so many more that whole line of them, that rope
Yeah.
going through 'em. Can't get any of those out.
Right.
All right. Enough reminiscing. Speaking of the devil, Scholar Park kiosk.
The kiosk is her. Yeah.
So, Sid had sent me an email and asking about setting up time to present to the town council, and I sent him the instructions on
Yep.
setting up that meeting. And I haven't heard back from him. I sent him an email today just to touch base, but I didn't check my email, so I don't know if he's responded. So hopefully he has set up a time to present. When he does present, I will go and cheer him on.
I wonder if he realizes that he has to get it in a couple of weeks
I
ahead
told
of
him.
time and all that.
I told him it needs to be in, I think it's 8 days before the meeting.
You sent them an email today, right?
I sent him an email today and asked him if he has
You
set it up.
you sent them a while ago, and you sent them
Sent it a while ago.
the application form, which is,
Right.
has the
Mhm.
dates and.
Yeah, I
times
sent
on
him
it.
the attachment and told him that he needs to actually bring it to the town manager's office. So,
Did you go down with him and show him where it's going? Or we haven't gone that far yet?
Where I have not, I was part of an email once just saying, you know, we
Right.
can meet down there or whatever. And I know he sent those pictures, but it would still be better to actually go down there, especially with what happened.
Yeah, exactly. So that's
Yeah,
exactly what I was
I'm gonna
thinking. In
go
light of what's
down.
happened, it was, I
Yeah,
mean, that worked out, but still.
yeah.
yeah. So when he does, because he needs to talk to the town council first.
Yeah.
And then what we'll do is hopefully he can, if you're available and I'm available, then we can meet up with him and he can show us both. We can
Yeah,
show him.
It's going right in front of that first grassy island, just by
Right.
just after the entrance to the,
That's all right. We all think it's pretty plain and clear where it's going.
yeah.
Yeah, but it would be good to just stake it.
Yes,
Bring some stakes and a hammer and,
but leave a couple of feet of dirt on the other backside of it, probably. Yeah.
Something like a lookout that didn't go in
No.
the right
Yeah.
place.
It would be kind of good timing. I don't know when this is gonna happen, but it'd be neat if the signage and that sign kind of happened right around the same time, so that, whoever's driving down there and stuff, all of a sudden.
Gets
there's a-
bombarded with.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you
Yeah.
guys, you think so?
Agreed.
Yeah, that'd be nice if we could coordinate that.
Yeah, and because I'm really concerned with, all that work at the post, right? Put the signs up, all those nice, beautiful signs, and I'm very concerned that within a couple of weeks, they're ripped off, cut, whatever, so I think we need to tell the police at the same time, because, I mean, it's against the law.
Yep.
I'm really concerned that that's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. I did manage to get into Home Depot and speak with Renee, and they have a tow-behind post hole digger.
Okay.
You back it up to where you want, start it up, one-person operation, and it digs the hole.
Well, the cantilever one?
Yes,
Okay.
Oh, wow. You have a hitch?
I do.
Yeah, we have,
do we have a volunteer to?
That would be Matt. No.
Well,
I was gonna
there'll be
say,
it'd be a few of us going
Yeah,
down.
I think it would be good to have,
Yeah.
he looked
an
really excited
operation
about
so that we could
a new
have,
toy.
somebody setting up a post with getting it ready and,
And once we have a date, both Mark Todarski and the Eagles said, let us know.
Okay.
So if they can make it, they'll help out.
okay, good. Are you familiar with the Scholar property? Do you know what we're talking about?
No, I
Okay. Do you know where the Flying Eagles, the radio control planes fly? Down, you go in, down, like, behind the office there off of.
Across from the common man.
Across from
Oh,
Common
right,
Man?
yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Matt. Well, their parking lot on your left, continuing down that road, that's all what's now the Scholar waterfront parcel
Oh, okay.
that we purchased, almost a year ago. And,
Been that long.
yeah, it's been a while. And we had a cleanup, we had a big cleanup there recently, 300 plus tires came out of there, and 4 big, huge dump loads of trash.
Next year, there'll be 1,000 tires.
Don't say that.
I remember our memories.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's right.
10 years from now, we took 30,000
Yeah.
tons out of there.
That's right.
We got firm count on over 300. No one was expecting it to be that high, so the first couple truckloads, they was like, oh, it was probably like 30 or 50. It's like, yeah, there was 30 or 50 in there at least.
I can't believe that place took them all.
Yeah.
Tire center.
Because they weren't the cleanest tires, so.
No, I can't believe
No.
they took them.
And they weren't all just tires, they were rims, and some of them had,
So it didn't cost the town anything.
No.
Yep.
Except
Got the
deliver, right?
recycling, this Goodyear recycling thing took the tires.
but it was an effort, and it's also, it joins up to the town parcel, which is the boat launch down there, so there's quite a big parcel down there now that's right on the waterfront, and we believe that we now own the original Thornton's Ferry Landing, which is kind of interesting. It's right there from the Hannah Jack Tavern, so. All right. Oh, I already really did that.
So when we get a date for the kiosk, then maybe we can come up with a date for going
Sinking the
out.
posts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as I find out about the town council meeting, because that has to happen first, so.
Yeah, obviously it would have to happen by the beginning of December.
yeah.
Or
Hopefully
then
he's
it's the
responded.
spring after that.
Yeah. Because I
Hopefully
can't,
he's
I,
responded.
If he times it right, he may not have to dig his holes.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
we do it.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, we could do that at the same time.
that soil's wet though, and that's so fine. I
Mhm.
can't imagine, once that freezes down there, that must be just a block of ice.
Mm.
Yeah,
You know, that's so,
yeah.
fine,
It'd be
fine.
easy to dig before it freezes,
It's-
but
yeah.
after it freezes.
Well, we don't have much of a window then, because it's
Nope.
gonna be freezing.
He's gotta get,
Yeah.
he's gotta get on the horse.
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna have our first frost this week.
I was gonna say, yeah, we got tomorrow night, this is our first frost, right? Cover your plants.
Now, Matt, when you guys go down to do the post, let me know. If I'm available, I'll be more than happy to help out.
Yeah, everybody will.
Do we have any more about the rocks? You know anymore?
They're still working one more landscaping area,
Right.
so we have to let them finish their projects and so they have enough to do what they've said they're gonna do, so.
So does everybody agree, like, we should probably wait and do the kiosk and the post, try to do them at the same time? And the signs?
Try, but, I think if he's fundraising and blah, and then he says, I'm just gonna do it in the spring,
I don't want- yeah.
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 I don't wanna wait if we don't have to.
So if that's the case, then you will not have that post digger.
He will not have that posting.
Yeah.
We will.
All right, so I'm gonna tell him that that is only good until the first frost. After that, that goes away.
Until
No.
December
And
1st?
provided that
Well,
we can- and
until-
provided that we can get it done before then,
Yeah.
Oh, the first,
because that,
Takes
again,
more than a
that's another Saturday that we commit to.
yeah.
There's
Saturday.
a lot of vacation. That's a good vacation day job. And there's nobody down there.
Any vacation day is a good vacation day, yeah. All right, you good?
I guess also, we'll come up with a date now, we'll,
You want to try to come up with a date now?
Yeah, I can be flexible. As long as it's not the 27th.
of October.
Mm.
Weekend before Thanksgiving? What's that? It's a week after the walk. Or, no, 2 weeks, week after.
So, I'm assuming we picked the 10th, because that was the first Saturday that people had free.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming we're going after that.
17th?
17th would be the next Saturday.
Do you think he was planning on doing it this?
I think he was, but I think we're starting to get to the windows closing. So I don't know if it's actually
You
going
wanna
to happen.
Make that tentative, and then we can confirm it by email when we hear from him.
I'm hoping when I get home that there's an email in the box.
There isn't.
Okay.
The
Unless he replied just to you.
17th, then we're gonna tentatively,
Even if he replied
we
just to me, wouldn't
tentatively
it come
put
through
this-
on the, I guess not, okay.
Yeah, we-
I can't access on my phone.
You know, tentatively do the 17th, and,
It's fine, yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
no, we can confirm that with an email, right? That's no
Yep.
problem.
Should I, let Renee know that that's the day for the,
yeah, I mean, it's kind of tentative for right now, but
What day is it?
17th. But
just to make sure she sets that machine aside, because they only have one.
okay.
You pretty much could drive, back that up pretty much anywhere the signs are going.
Yeah,
If they're along the edge of the road, yeah.
Yeah,
especially
So
with my
probably-
truck. I mean,
we're gonna put
road machine.
like a few of them. You're gonna we'll put a few of them, just to the right of
Is that
the
a real truck?
ramp, right?
No.
Boat ramp. A
I
few of 'em to
think
the
we
right.
should put a nice line of them.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And maybe even the other way, if the town agrees
On the other side,
on their line.
yeah. I think didn't they,
Yes, they already
They did
approved us
already.
putting up
Yeah.
signs, yeah.
Yeah.
We have that
yeah,
approval.
we already got that
It would,
approval.
I think it's more just a notice. No, just say, we're re-signing this again. More FYI. We should be
Yeah.
good.
Because they gave us permission.
Yep.
right?
So even if he's not ready to put the entire kiosk up, if he has approval from the town council, could we still dig those posts on the 17th? Could he be down there, we could dig them, and then he could put
Yeah.
something in to
As long
hold
as
the
he-
spot?
As long as he has his plan, knows his dimensions. Yeah.
Okay,
Right measurements.
okay.
Yeah. And you go, whoops.
The great thing about wood. I know what I sell more.
Yeah.
All right. We already covered old business, the meeting and conference, lumped that together, so we're right down into subcom updates. Did we have any subcommittee meetings since the last MCC?
We were supposed to, but we ended up postponing it. So the next Horse Hill Nature Preserve Subcommittee meeting will be in 2 weeks, 7 o'clock in this room, October 29th.
And the next Wildcat Fall Subcommittee meeting will be October 23rd at 6:30 in this room.
The only updates from Greater Woods are 2 scout projects that are currently underway. The outdoor classroom is almost done
Progressing nicely.
and much more robust
Yeah.
than I thought it was going to be. This one's gonna last a while.
Has anybody had a chance to go see it?
No. Not yet, but
It's impressive,
we'll walk there during school hours, right?
It's
Sure.
town property.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
especially if you park at Bambi and
Oh,
go
it's
over
fun.
Gage's Bridge.
I'd walk
The
there.
classroom bridge.
You could, nice walk.
Yeah, just don't be wearing dark clothes, look like
Yeah.
you're lurching around the school, okay? You're gonna get a friend visit you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can,
And
it's
the,
substantial, yeah, it's substantial.
Wow.
A friend of mine that visited me was
No,
going back to his history, and took a picture of where we
Wow.
used to play basketball, and there's a school there now. And he took a couple pictures. Somebody came out, man.
oh, really?
Not this school, this is another town.
Wow.
Yeah, someone came out like, what are you doing? Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
And
that's
the-
right next to the middle school.
Wow.
Steve.
That family, man, you can count on them.
Wow.
Yes. You familiar with the middle school?
Yes,
As you drive around the backside, there's that stone wall.
Mhm.
There's a break in the stone wall,
and it's right down
and
there.
you walk down that path.
There was an existing classroom in the, before, but the wood deteriorated over time.
Wow.
The benches are going in around the parcel as well.
See the,
I'm not sure if he's
I saw the
done.
holes, yeah.
yeah, they're all,
but I know he's also begun
Yeah.
two on the View, one on Red Maple, and one on Gateway. So that should be wrapping up soon as well.
The one in the View Trail, is that over by the pond?
There's two, so if you go down View and it forks, there's one at each end by the ponds.
There's a really mad beaver down there when you go down there. He does not like company.
I bet.
He lets you know it. Or she, I'm not sure if it's a boy or girl, but
There are 5 there.
Yeah.
And right swimming around the
Yep.
thing at one time. That angry, the whole family's angry.
yeah. One of them, it sounds like someone's throwing those, like a big rock in the water when it slaps its tail. It's like, bloop, you know, that big, it's unbelievable.
But they're like, yeah.
I thought that
Watch
was
this,
I thought
he'll
it was a
jump.
dog swimming. I was like, because its head was so, I'm like, oh my, that's a beaver. So, they're still around. Okay, so that's it for the subcommittees. Minutes, we wanna go to the minutes? Anyone get a chance to go to the minutes?
Motion to approve the,
So, Dave, just how you spell your name?
No. Yeah, you know what, I missed that one too. I didn't see that.
motion to approve the September 17th, 2018 meeting minutes with updates.
Second?
So, members of the commission absent, take the I out of Gage, as we know. Or we could change your spelling of your name.
That's what happens when you're not here.
That's right.
Did that on purpose, huh?
Yeah.
Guys have it.
On page 3, row 17, I think it should be discussed instead of discussion. And then on line 31, at the end, I was just thinking we should add Merrimack in front of Village District, just since it's usually referred to as MVD. That's probably what was said.
I might have said Village District.
Oh, you think you did,
Just-
okay. If you referred to it like that, then.
It really does, you can add Merrimack to it, it just clarifies. Right.
On page 4, on row 36, vice chair, just add Karen with an I, no kidding. On page 5, row 19, believe that should be post hole digger.
Yep.
Right, okay. I did have to look up sluiceway, to make sure that was, I'm like, that's correct. And then on page 7, line 24, change funds to funds, the D. And then in that same sentence, so it gets one. The quickly, I guess change that to if or in. Like making this one little section accessible.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it should be if, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, yeah. If. And that's all I have.
One thing I had is, I went online because capitalizing things always jumps out at me. So online, well, okay, so let's start with, and these are all gonna be capitalizing words. So on page 4, line 14, I would capitalize the A in aquatic, the R in resource, and the M in management. Am I getting too picky?
No, I mean, that is the real name for it, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a generic fund.
No, it's the Aquatic Resource Management Fund.
Right, right, that's a true name, yeah.
Right, so I would capitalize AR&M.
And they do often call it the ARM Fund, which
Yes.
is the
Mhm.
acronym, so.
Okay. And then further on, down on page 4 on line 28, and I did go online because Life Scout is an actual title, and it is capitalized.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, the L in Life and the S in Scout, and then again on line 30, the L in Life and the S in Scout. Okay, and then going over on page 5 on line 2, and according to the Boy Scout website that I was on, they capitalized the S in Scout. So I'm gonna, on line 2, there's an S in Scout that should be capitalized. Again, down on line 5, the S in Scout.
Find
Unlike-
replace.
Pardon me?
Find replace.
On line 23, the C in commissions.
Wow.
And on page 8, line 18, the L in Life and the S in Scout. Okay, that's it.
I had one quick question, because obviously I wasn't here, but page 2, line 11. Do they really have to have an infiltration system? Or a filtration system?
You're right,
Ooh, good point.
Good pitch.
yeah.
Unless it's a spy thing.
Well, well, no, I just, you know, paint, you don't want painting, you want to filter it, you don't want to drive it into the ground or whatever, you want to.
She meant
I know, infiltration, I know. I heard her.
The alternate definition.
See where my mind's at.
It's the author coming out. You going into spy novels now?
Yeah.
No, but there you go.
All right, any other corrections, or modifications?
I didn't know it had another meeting.
We good? All right, all those in favor? Oh, you almost did it.
Oh.
Oh, actually, I shouldn't vote, because I wasn't here, so go ahead. All those in favor?
No, I'm not a voting member now.
I know, but if I don't vote, you can, right?
Yeah, you'd have to appoint me before the agenda item as a voting member in place of.
All right. Well, okay, so all those in favor?
Again?
All right, It's going 6-0-1, I'm gonna abstain. Motion by
Cindy,
Cindy,
second
by
by Matt.
Okay, commissioner comments. Pete, you want anything?
Well, we had a nice presentation by the chair for the council a couple weeks ago. Did a great job.
Thanks, Gage.
Thank you, Gage.
And Tim, the letter on to the DOT, we're gonna renew that letter or update it, and it's gonna get sent to the DOT as part of a package of information. We met last week with Executive Councilor Wheeler, Senator Daniels, and Representative Dick Barry to talk about the widening project. And so that came up, so they're aware of it, that we're still interested in that piece of land. But also, it's gonna significantly impact a lot of neighborhoods. So I actually put together a laundry list of neighborhoods that I think are gonna need some type of sound barrier. But that's really all I have right now.
Tim and I met to go over the Chapter 111 project, and I have my marching plans. I have not gotten anything significant to pass on to you yet, but my goal is to have 20 done by the next meeting, so I can give you a stick to make
Cool.
sure I'm on the right track.
Great.
So we are.
Did we ever come up with a method of printing them out, getting the deeds printed out?
No,
No.
but I think Gina has a good way to get a readable copy.
Okay.
So if we need to get something better, we can.
You're like
You're smirking over there, now I know what.
No,
But she's
'cause-
computer
'cause I'm
savvy
like-
now. She's,
Yeah, because I'm at home going, what have I done? We're doing like the Tom Sawyer painting thing, where I'm trying to get my husband to be like, wow, that's cool, I want to help. But at first he was like, yeah, that's cool, I want to help, but then he's kind of lost interest, so I got to get him interested again, so, I know. He's off doing some program to do something else that he's keeping him amused, so I need to be like, this is cooler.
All right, Mike?
Just, I've heard a few comments of people getting lost in both Greater Woods and Horse Hill. Like, if you run, they don't know where they are, where they're going. I don't know if we need more signs, like pointing to the parking lot, this parking lot's this way, or Horse Hill is pretty well signed.
Yeah, I say, I can see people getting lost in Greater Woods, especially
Yeah.
when they get out, down by Wilson Hill or something like that, but Horse Hill, really?
Yeah, but
Just keep walking straight, you're gonna walk into someone's yard.
I mean, I help people out in
Yeah.
Greater Woods,
Yeah.
when I run into them. But I don't know if we need a few more directing to the major parking areas.
I mean, if you were, where were you?
And
I mean,
you
just-
can be, it can be out by South Greater Road, or it can be, out in the Skyline Trail, or out, it can, sometimes people are even out like in the Red Maple by the main road and they don't know where they are.
it's
Is-
possible they've walked around in a few
Yeah.
circles now and they've lost track, so, but I would recommend we start highlighting the fact that our trail system is online, and they can get it just like they can GPS their car, they can we have GPS of the trails.
Yep.
So it can tell them exactly where they are. So I think we should start advocating that, or maybe making that more prominent at the kiosks. So,
Post a sign, right?
And
yeah,
you get some people, even if they have a map, they sometimes
That's
will
true,
get
that's why-
confused.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
so, but if people are used to,
Don't say it.
Yeah.
I know what you're thinking. No, Matt.
Oh.
say, yes.
We had someone that helped us build the original trails around the middle school, got lost in them.
That they built?
Yeah. So I believe that when way out there, and it's only 30 acres. So,
Maybe, I don't know, maybe a couple strategic, spots like, whatever, a school parking lot or something, I don't know.
So in Horse Hill, there are a few of those
Yeah.
signs
Yeah,
out there.
there are
There are a
there.
few signs that
So I don't
says
understand Horse
Amherst
Hill
parking
either.
lot this way, just so
Yeah.
people can go.
All right, maybe Greater Woods needs a couple of those.
yeah, okay. Let's see if we can, I don't know. It's difficult to go out there and not know where you are. Or like, think about it.
Well-
Where would someone get lost? I'm not, I'm not saying they don't. I'm just, be hard for me to go out there and go, this is probably a confusing spot.
Well, you could send me out, and walk behind me, and then when I go, help, then you'll know.
That's because we've been up there, right?
Yeah, well, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So I mean,
Yeah.
I kind of.
Cindy and I can go,
Yeah,
because
we could
I've
go.
gotten lost in Greater Woods before.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean,
I've
I'd
been out
love.
there a
I
couple
don't.
times, so I wouldn't know.
It's kind of a double-edged sword. But we send you out there and let you get lost. Okay.
Well, yeah, because you're gonna be behind me.
Well, okay.
Behind us. And
Getting lost is the best way to figure something out.
That's right.
We'll have like a
Yes.
pocket full of breadcrumbs.
The trouble is, though, we don't have daylight till 9 o'clock right now. So
Yeah. It's not a comfortable feeling,
Yeah.
but it is the best
And then
way.
we'll be playing with the squirrels when they come to eat them.
That's right.
yeah, we'll have to kind of plan some little field trip. You guys, we'll just walk behind you quietly.
Yeah.
That works. All right. Thank you, Mike.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, we should do it.
Just quickly, so thank you for discussing the letter. I was out of town, or else I would have participated in the meeting. I'd let Becky know that I wasn't gonna be around, so. But yeah, whatever we can do to keep it in the forefront. The members of the DOT change,
Yeah.
right? So we wanna make sure that in that, and I think just me sending it out was just refreshing the newer members of the council that we've had these, because this is like the third time we've had an agreement, okay? But this is the most solid one that we have that we can actually really touch and feel. Others have been verbal agreements. You know, when the bridge was being re-upped, they thought they'd be able to take care of it then, and then they backtracked and backtracked and.
Well, I guess the only thing that came up was, the property itself, they needed to, during the development of the
Right.
widening,
Yeah.
they need to, they don't wanna give up that right yet.
Yeah, I get
Yeah,
it.
that's what they told us a while ago, there's gonna be laydown space for
Yeah.
their work. It's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
But they seemed to, the representatives there seemed, the executive counselor and the senator, everybody seemed kinda on board with it, so.
thanks.
Matt, anything?
I know Cindy posted a fundraiser for Anthony Milani, another Life Scout, going to Eagle, and he's putting a kiosk in the resident lot for Wasserman Park. He had 2 very successful bake sales at the Horse Hill parking lot, but he's having another one on the 26th of October at Wasserman Park at the Halloween party.
Oh, good.
So bring cash and
Your appetite?
your love for cookies, or
They have a good turnout at that
yeah,
Halloween party.
it should be really good. And usually people that like Wasserman Park, so
Right.
might be people that make donations. So.
Good.
Yeah, that's much needed.
Yeah.
Much needed, because that's one of the places where a lot of people just don't really know that there are trails there.
Right.
And we have the big poster ready to go in that kiosk, so it'd be great to have a place to put it. And
Is he gonna try and get that done for the end of the year?
yes, I believe so. In fact, I don't know when his work day is, but it's possible that it's the 10th when we're there. That would be great if it was, because we'd walk in,
Yeah.
seeing him setting up, and maybe walk out and see a kiosk.
Cool. Cindy?
The only thing Mike made me think of it, is that I'm probably gonna need maps soon for Horse Hill. I mean, the only one that we go through them so fast is Amherst Road. You know, no one else asked me for more maps except for that one
Your
kiosk.
supply's been run through?
We just go,
I think I gave them all to you, right?
yeah.
Oh,
So that was an extra 1,500 we printed just for that.
Mhm.
So if I may say, yesterday, that parking lot was full to the max.
Yeah.
And there was no event going on there, just people were going out because it was a sunny, cool day. And
Yeah.
I'll tell you, it's the best day to go walking the loop trail and seeing the birches all yellow and the red maples and all that stuff. Beautiful day to be out there, and it was packed. I went by it a couple of times in the afternoon, and it was packed.
Wow.
You don't have to park anymore. You just walk from your
You
house.
just walk from my house, right, yep.
That's nice.
So I think we should put up a cash box there.
Yeah,
Ask people for donations,
I know.
or you take a map.
like those Forest
You can,
Service
you can,
ones.
you can view the QR code for free, but if you want a map, give us a quarter.
Yeah.
Well, I just, how many, we've gone through almost, 2,000 of them over there?
People just must be like
Were they
stuffing them
easy?
in their car.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm
Well,
saying.
you look at the cars on the lot, because I have, go walking through, they're from all over the place. Then it's not just New Hampshire plates, there's
That is-
Mass plates, I've seen New York plates.
Yep.
I've seen Connecticut, Rhode Island, those are fairly common. I've actually seen Pennsylvania plates. You know, I have a feeling that people want to go take a walk, they're visiting friends and
Friends, yeah.
family, and 3 cars will go over with everyone and they'll go take a walk, right? Take the dogs out for a walk and everything
And
else.
they all take a map.
Yeah, may all take a map, you're right.
You give it to the dog. Well, so I have no problem going back to them and asking for more maps, and which is fine. Is there some theoretical limit of maps that we're gonna put into a kiosk over the course of a year?
I mean, this'll be a big run on them right now, I would think, for the next.
Well, we just
for
said
the next
1,500 of them.
Oh, right. Oh, you mean?
And then it'll slow down over the
1,500
winter.
to 1,000. What did we do? Do you remember? It's 1,500 or 1,000?
Thought it was
I
1,000.
think it
That
was
was
1,000.
Okay.
That's a lot of maps.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, but you gotta figure there's a few hundred people in there on a Sunday,
Yeah.
you know? Even on a regular day, there's gotta be at least 100 people visiting there, but I would say half of them are regulars.
I'd almost like to print out the QR code a little bigger and say, download the map here.
Save a tree.
Yeah.
There you go. Save a tree, yeah. Put them to our GPS bars, so
Well,
they can
you
actually
know-
have live.
I was over at Mines Falls and they had that little, I'm so technical, what do you call it? You touch your phone.
The
QR
QR
code.
code, little black box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
Amy popped right up on my phone. I had the whole map of Mines Falls right there.
Yeah, we have that.
We have that.
Oh, you do?
You just have to tell people to
I
use it.
haven't looked at the kiosk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not gonna know that, right?
Well, I think this thing, I think it's on the bottom of the map.
You know what we should do is cut one out and stick it on the front of the map box.
That's what I'm saying, is, make it a little
Cut
bigger,
our
make it a
QR
little
code
more
and stick it
prominent.
on the map
That,
box.
Yes.
That's what they did. They had a large one.
Yeah.
Just right on the kiosk as you go into Mines Falls.
Yeah, on the map boxes, that's a good spot, because
Yeah.
there's,
Below where it says return your map.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe we could do some small signs to put on trees that are like, that just say, save a tree, return your map to the kiosk when you're done. And that way, if they see it
That's
as
a good
they're
idea
going
on the
through.
way out.
As
on a
they're going
tree,
through,
'cause
yeah,
They'd go, oh yeah, I got my map.
yeah.
And then, yeah, because once you're in the parking lot, you're looking for your car. You're not looking back at the kiosk.
But on
I
that
think that's a
final
good idea.
stretch,
Yeah.
then they might be like, oh, yeah,
It's a
We're
good
gonna hammer a sign
idea.
that says, hit, save a tree.
Yeah. we'll do it on a metal post.
Yeah, right.
Save a tree.
Steve, you got anything?
I don't.
You will.
Yeah.
Time is coming.
here.
I didn't have anything my first couple of meetings, and then now they can't shut me up.
Real quick, I spoke to both, Moosewood Ecological and to GZA. They're both mobilizing and, getting, the paperwork's all signed, everything's good, the projects are in motion, so we should be starting to get some updates here over the next couple months here on the projects going on.
Someone had a picture, because I don't go on Merrimack Outdoors very often, but somebody did take a picture of a turtle that they saved, and somebody commented and said that they thought it was a Blandings. So,
Really?
yeah. Do you remember seeing that?
Mm-mm.
on our website or in the
No, on the
Merrimack?
on the Facebook page.
okay.
I don't know if I remember that one.
Somebody recently posted a picture of the bridge on Junkyard Trail,
Yeah.
and
I saw that.
yeah, so I cut the decking for it, the new decking. The bridge that's there, I just cut a couple of maples down on property and drug them over there to use as stringers. I think I'm gonna do the same thing to rebuild. So if
Okay.
somebody's reporting two missing
Okay.
6-inch, 8-inch maple trees, it's me.
Yeah, I mean, and quite honestly, I'm not going on I'm not using Facebook the way that I used to, so I'm not on the Merrimack Outdoors page very often. And even when he tags me, I don't always see it, so. Just because I know you're like the only other person that's on.
Yeah, it's actually, that bridge held up since it was one of the original trails, so
Wow,
bridge held up for quite a while on using, a couple of trees from on site.
nice.
Yeah, I see the picture. It's possible, you have to see him from the other side to be sure.
The turtle?
Looks kind of like the one I got.
Yeah.
But that's right over in, right off of,
Yeah, don't say where it is.
Right, yeah.
no, I was surprised where it was. It's right, you know where it is.
Yeah.
He's a good size. I mean, those are little,
It was big.
yeah, these are good
Yeah,
size.
yeah.
This guy was a.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
I've seen it, so that's good. Okay.
His name is Michelangelo, by the way.
Yes, they named it before
Oh.
they released it.
Oh, okay.
Works for me.
Yeah.
Oh, one of the
That's right, one of the turtles.
Ninja Turtles.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
oh,
right.
that's right.
Right, wasn't that?
I think so.
It is.
It works for me.
Yeah, I did it first.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right. All those in favor? All right. Passes 7-0 at
803.
8:03. Thank you, Matt.
So where was the turtle?
Um,